Hey, look up there, there's a sort of St Andrew's cross in the sky. Well, not quite, but you know, the sort of thing I mean. So does that mean that the Comtrails up there want to vote for an independent Scotland, or are they a bit more sensible than that and saying, come on Alex, grow up? The pound. Will an independent Scotland be able to keep the pound? Alex is insistent that they will be able to do so, and he has alleged, falsely I believe, that the No Thanks campaigners have conceded his case and said that Scotland will be able to keep the pound. Well, I heard on the radio this morning that some financial body or other is predicting that sterling itself may be severely compromised, even on a yes vote. Let me give you a couple of reasons why an independent Scotland will not be able to keep in a currency union with a foreign country, that is to say England. Alex Salmond is a nationalist, he's also a socialist, and he in order to get voted in, he has got to persuade a sufficient number of people to believe his promises. Now, I could go on a long time about why people go into politics. I mean, I'm with the late Oberon War on this. I think that politicians are basically power junkies. They're people who are addicted to the idea of them exercising power over other people, whether for money or fame or ego or whatever, or because they have a political ideology which they just know they have the right to impose on other people. There's just this boring little matter of actually getting into power. How do you do it? Well, in a democracy, if you can call what we've got a democracy, by persuading enough people to vote for you. Alex is using the time-honoured methods. As a nationalist, he is stirring up hatred and loathing of the other and of nationalistic pride, and as a socialist he is doing what socialists always do. He's bribing people for their votes with other people's money. He's saying, oh, if you vote for us, we'll have this, we'll have that, free school meals, free this, free everything, no restraint on public spending. If he gets a vote, he's going to have to pay people off. He's going to need a lot of money. The first thing he'll do is borrow. The next thing he'll do is increase taxes. Then he'll find it's not enough. He'll borrow again. He will borrow and tax and spend and tax and borrow, like Gordon Brown on speed. This will do for the Scottish economy what the same policies of nationalism and socialism did in Greece. It will bollocks up the economy pretty badly, and they'll need a bailout. But if they're in the pound with us, they will simply be able to parasitise off the strength of the English economy. So we'll be enduring austerity. For austerity, read paying back the money we profligately borrowed in order to allow ourselves to live beyond our means. But we'll have Scotland living beyond England's means, and so the people in the south will be suffering and paying for Alex's nationalism and socialism. It won't be acceptable. The good feeling, the goodwill that most English people have towards Scotland will have been evaporated following this nasty campaign if they do win. Alex will force high achievers, the producers, the milk cows, the middle class, striving middle class people who socialists always parasitise to fund their bribes. People will move south of the border. The entrepreneurs, the businessmen, the keen, the sharp people will move south of the border. They will find ways of being taxed under an English scheme which will be less severe on them. Alex will borrow more money. The debt collectors will be called in. If he's in a currency union with England, then the British voters will have to bear this. Guess what? We'll have lost our flag, we'll have lost our nuclear deterrent, we'll have been humiliated. Guess what kind of mood we will be in? Scotland will not be able to remain in a financial union with England for the same reason that an errant husband or wife who has left the marriage and gone off with somebody else will not be able to maintain a joint bank account. Alex is a gambler, a vain popinjay, a nationalist, a socialist, and I think he's a liar over this as well. Scotland will not be able to keep the pound. English people will definitely not stand for it. There's no precedent for it. It makes no sense. they won't be able to get away with it.